All right, are we ready? Can you hear me? Okay, great. It is now 5:05 on September 5th, and the Community Development Committee meeting is called to order. May we have a roll call, please?
Chairman Hayes.
Present.
Alderman Newsom. Present. Alderman Turner.
Present.
Alderman Donenworth.
Present.
Alderman Florian.
Present.
Thank you. Okay. Item C, may I please have a motion and a second for approval of the meeting minutes from August 7th, 2023 from the Community Development Committee meeting?
So moved.
There's a first by Alderwoman Florian, a second.
Second.
Alderwoman Newsom, thank you. Are there any questions to the meeting minutes? I think we can do this as an all in favor, right? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay. Motion passes. Audience time is item number 3 on the agenda. Are there any members of the audience that would like to address the committee?
Mr. Chairman, could we just say that there was a public hearing scheduled for this evening at 5 o'clock with regard to an annexation at 36955 North Northern Avenue? That hearing is postponed to September 18th at 5 p.m.
Sounds good.
Thank you, sir.
You said it better than I could have, so that works. All right. Number 4 is old business. Item A in old business is an ordinance approving zoning calendar number 2719, a map amendment for 2226 North Northern Avenue from CR Conservation, Recreation, Agriculture to R1 Single Family Residence. May I have a motion and a second for item A?
So moved.
Second.
Thank you. I believe the petitioner is here on this particular matter. Would you like to address the committee? Well, I'll tell you what, if you're going to address us, you can come up. No, that's okay. Does anybody have any questions for the petitioner?
No, I was told all the code issues have been addressed, correct?
He has permit applications in, everything has been cleared out. I have pictures of the backyard. We've been contacting the inspector directly, via email. Now that he's the owner, he's able to do these things.
Okay, great. Thank you so much. Thank you for cleaning that up.
Okay, thank you, ma'am. Appreciate it.
Do you want us to wait for the next meeting as well? I believe there's 2 meetings we have to attend.
Yes, ma'am. So it'll be voted on here momentarily in committee, and then it'll be set to the general city council.
So I just want to make sure I don't.
No, that's okay. Thank you for being here tonight.
No, of course, thank you.
Okay, can I have a roll call, please?
Can I just make a correction? Did you say it was on this evening's city council agenda?
No,
Okay.
at the next one. I
Thank
believe.
you.
Yep,
Okay,
no problem.
just wanted to be
I
clear.
think she misunderstood.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's
It's not on tonight's city council agenda. So the vote would be this meeting and then in 2 weeks on September 18th at 7 p.m. at the city council meeting. Yes. They're going to take the vote on it and then you can be dismissed if you like. You're also welcome to stay.
Yeah, sorry for any confusion, but we will vote on it now so you know at least how it turns out in committee.
Okay. Alderman Florian?
Aye.
Alderman Donenworth?
Aye.
Alderman Turner?
Aye.
Alderman Newsom?
Aye.
Chairman Hayes?
Aye, motion passes. Okay, on to new business, number 5 on the agenda. Item A is a Visit Lake County Partnership recap presentation and authorization to pay the annual partnership contribution in the amount of $34,125. I believe somebody is here to address the committee if need be, if anybody has any questions on this.
Yeah, I'm curious if we could have a
Okay.
description of what
what this is, what it means, what happens with Waukegan's partnership?
Sure. If the petitioner, so to speak, is here, if you could answer some questions, that'd be great.
So, yeah, if you could just explain for general edification of the audience,
If you could state your
What
name
is it?
first.
what's
Yeah.
going on? What is this all about?
Hello, I'm Maureen Reedy. I'm the president of Visit Lake County. We're the destination marketing organization or tourism organization for the county. And Waukegan is one of our key partners in our collaborative marketing alliance. So we provided a recap of everything we've done this year to help promote.
Don't touch it.
Oh, okay.
Just fix it so that he can pick it up there.
Okay. So we provided a recap of all the return on investment you've gotten for your investment with us through the years. We do a lot of social media marketing and advertising, and we look back and how many events we promoted in Waukegan, and it's so many I had to kind of double check. It's like, we had 233 events in Waukegan that we promoted last year, and over 500 social media posts, and our engagement in social media has gone up like it's just skyrocketed. So we're doing everything we can to really help kind of elevate the tourism economy here in Waukegan.
Great.
So
Thank
happy to answer any other questions you might
Thank you
have.
very much. That's all I wanted. Thank you.
I think that's it. Thank you so much for being here.
And thank you for your support.
Of course. Did we get a first and a second on this? No, okay.
Motion.
Second.
Okay, thank you. A first by Alderman Donnerworth, a second by Alderman Turner. Are there any additional questions? Okay, roll call, please.
Alderman Florian,
Aye.
Alderman Donenworth,
Aye.
Alderman Turner,
Aye.
Alderman Newsome,
Aye.
Chairman Hayes.
Aye.
Thank you.
Motion passes. Thank you. Agenda item B, under new business, is a resolution approving a new intergovernmental agreement with the College of Lake County for the use of the Madison Street Mall. Can I get a first and a second for item B?
So moved.
Second.
Thank you. Similarly, I believe somebody is here if we have any questions on this particular agenda item. Does anybody have any questions? No? Okay. Roll call, please.
Alderman Florian,
Aye.
Alderman Donenworth,
Aye.
Alderman Turner,
Aye.
Alderman Newsome,
Aye.
Chairman Hayes.
Aye. Motion passes. Thank you. Agenda item C, under new business, is an ordinance approving zoning calendar number 2723, a variance for fence height, and zoning calendar number 2724, a site plan approval for the permanent casino facility at 600 Lakehurst Road for FHR Illinois LLC, Alex Stolier. Can I get a first and a second for item C?
I'll make the first. Motion.
Second.
Alderman Turner, is that you for the first?
Yes.
Yes, okay. Alderwoman Florian is the second. Are there any questions relating to agenda item C? Okay. Is somebody here from Full House?
Yeah.
Okay. If you could come on up, please.
Aye.
Hello,
How you doing? If you could just state your name for us.
Alex Stolier, Senior Vice President with Full House Resorts.
Thank you.
Thanks for being here.
Absolutely.
I was at Planning and Zoning, as you know, and you guys had the map up of the facility. And I asked this question then, but I'm going to ask it again. The way the building is laid out, the entrance is kind of towards the south, I would say, of the building, right? The entrance into the building, the main entrance.
The main entrance is into the lot is where it is
No,
right
I'm
now.
not talking about the lot, I'm talking about the building. Getting the people into, what do you call that, the front door? I
Yes,
mean-
the front door and the port of
okay, so the-
share, I wouldn't say that's south, I would say west, more west. than-
Okay, well, anyway,
Yes.
the way the parking lot is oriented, it seems to me that the door, the entrance, is about as far away from most of the parking spaces as you can get. I'm just curious why it was done that way. I'm assuming it was because you had to put the circular drive in and,
So we have the circular drive, and that's where our main parking is as well, around there, which is closest to the main entrance. On the rear side of the building is what's called the mansion, which we talked about earlier, was, which is the boutique hotel. That goes on the rear side, and that has its own parking on that side. And we don't have any room for parking really on the north and south side, if you will, because we're between the two access roads.
Okay, it just seemed like, I know a lot of senior citizens come to your facility, and it just seemed like an odd alignment of the entrance. I own my own business, and I have parking right next to my front door, and I park as far away from the door as I can, so my customers can have access to the door, and it just seems strange to me that the way you guys oriented it, it's the farthest away from the parking it could be.
Yeah, we could, happy to take a look at that with you. I can
I
tell
mean,
you.
I don't expect you to change anything.
No, but just, from our standpoint, parking is our lifeblood. So we need close and convenient parking, not just for our senior citizen customers, but for all our customers. And so we do have that there. We have, in addition to the main parking, we do have ADA parking, and we will have valet parking as well. But we will have, really our goal is to make it as close and convenient as possible, while also having, the water features and a nice portico share like we want to have, which obviously does take up some space. But we want to give you that sense of arrival.
And you'll have valet parking like 24/7 or most hours?
We will be figuring that out, and that's one of those things you figure out as you go. But
You currently don't have it, though,
we
right?
currently do not have it right
Okay.
now at the temporary facility. We have looked at it. We might add it at some point, and we will have it in some aspect at the permanent facility.
Well, as long as you're here, this doesn't really have anything to do with this, but I hear a lot of complaints there's not enough signage telling people which way to go. So I don't know if you have any control over that, but like coming off the highway and stuff.
So we are working with IDOT on getting
Okay.
the highway signage. That's unfortunately not up to us, but, or just us, but that is good feedback, 'cause that'll help as we push with them. So yes, thank you for
They
that.
can come sit at my office and talk to the people that come in and out all day and complain about it, so.
We want people to know where it is, so
Right.
yes,
Thank you.
absolutely. Thank you.
Any other questions? Okay, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Roll call, please.
Alderman Florian,
Aye.
Alderman Donenworth,
Aye.
Alderman Turner,
Aye.
Alderman Newsome. Aye. Chairman Hayes.
Aye. Motion passes. Item D, agenda item D, under new business, is an ordinance approving V2-2-23, the vacation of Hazel Street right-of-way south of Prospect Drive, Court Place, west of Sheridan Road. Can I get a first and a second for agenda
I'll
item
make
D?
the motion.
Second.
All right. I believe, are there any questions? No questions? Okay, I believe somebody's here if you do have a question.
Alderman Newsome?
No.
Yep. Would the petitioner please approach if there are questions?
No questions.
I think.
Is this the Puerto Rican Society?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir, that's all you.
I just had a question, and then I found out that you all blacktopped that parking area.
Yeah, we've been custodians.
Okay.
Hi, my name is Diego Vega, and I'm vice president of the society, and this is Carmelo Rivera. He's the president.
Okay, I have a letter, but you have a question. Yes, we blacktopped. We've been taking care of that for about 25 years now. Okay.
Is this where we establish a price or anything, or?
I don't believe that's happening at the committee meeting tonight, no.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay, no, I think it was just the one question then, so thank you guys for being
All right.
here.
Thank you
Okay.
for having us.
Yep.
Thank you for your support.
Mr. Chairman,
Thank you.
that's
Okay.
often part of the discussion at committee. The final determination is at the council level, but
Perfect, okay, well then,
Has there been a fair market price evaluated?
yes, let me pull it up here. $4,517 is what the staff determined using the formula that we use for all vacations.
I'm sorry, what was it?
$4,517.30, $1.61 per square foot, which is the average of the land values of the adjacent parcels.
Okay, and that's the amount that they would pay to the city in exchange for us vacating that. Is it an easement? So,
It's currently a
or it's a right of way? Right of way, okay, thank you.
So, if I may.
Sure.
When do we sell the properties for $1?
That's not our standard practice for anything. We sometimes buy properties for $1, but selling properties for $1 is not our standard. It is up to the city council what the price is set for this. The staff process is always to look at every parcel that touches the parcel that's being vacated, do an average of the assessed valuation for the land only for each of those parcels, use that average and apply it to the square footage of the area being vacated. And that's how we come up with this dollar amount. So this was an average of $1.61 per square foot for each of the, across the adjacent parcels. Excuse me. And it's a 2,800 square foot section that would be vacated. So that comes to $4,517.30.
Okay,
Now,
thank you.
you're the council, you can make any recommendation you like.
Alderwoman Florian?
Do you guys feel that's a fair price?
Actually, no.
Okay, what do you think is a fair price?
We have been custodians of the facility or the area for 25 years at least. We've been taking care of the property. We've been blacktopping it. We've been resurfacing. I don't see how anybody could use it for any other reason. That has no value to the city. We'd like to take it off the payroll, the tax payroll.
We don't pay taxes.
No.
No,
You're
but
gonna
we're
put
gonna
it
pay
on
tax.
Or we
You'd
would
be
pay
putting
tax.
it
We'd like to
on.
put it on the tax
Okay,
payroll,
there you
and we
go.
think that would be fair for us to compensate the city.
I have a question.
Alderwoman?
What did it cost you to blacktop and pave that property?
Oh, that's,
I can tell you that because I'm only being the president for 4 years now. And we were planning to blacktop it again, but it's gonna have to be next year. So I don't know how much they paid before, but it's, every time they do our parking lot, everything is done. They do that too, so.
If I may, so, so at some point that parking lot was just dirt, and you guys paid to have it blacktop, right?
Right.
And then, since then, you had it seal coated periodically and maintained, okay. All right. Would it be appropriate to make a motion to amend this motion? Yeah.
You can motion.
All right. So I'd like to make a motion to amend this motion.
Amend the ordinance.
Amend the ordinance to set the price at $1.
Second.
Sure. Any questions or any thoughts on the amendment?
I understand the desire of the alderman to, basically give it to you for $1. But the city can't always be in the position of basically giving property away. We've been up here buying stuff at different times, and as the director said, we often get things for $1, but not always. I could see maybe meeting in the middle somewhere, but I think when we get in the habit of saying, oh, come to us and we'll give you, a nice parcel for $1, every day we are faced with trying to make ends meet. We want more policemen, we want more this, we want more that. We can't be giving everything away for $1, in my opinion, but not that I don't appreciate what you've done with the property. I don't, I do. And like I said, maybe meeting in the middle would be fair.
Can I add that we're a community-based organization? We've been here for 50-plus years. We've done, I think, a lot of good for the city of Waukegan. We've got a scholarship program, by the way.
I've been to your dinner many times.
I mean, we are trying to keep promoting and beautify the city or the facility in conjunction with the beautiful work that they're doing along Sheridan Road there.
Yeah.
And we'd like to continue. If you put another cost on us, that just makes it much harder for the volunteers to continue doing what they're doing. And we're burning out a little bit, but we would appreciate if you would consider that $1 fee. That would be.
Well, I think we have a motion pending.
May
Alderwoman Newsom?
May I say something
Sure, go ahead.
too? Okay, one of the things is, you guys were liable for that. If anything would happen in there, you were liable. We were taking care the lot, so nobody will be holes in there on that, and they'll fall, and then you guys would have been liable, not us. And we were taking care of it. Okay, so one of the things that we're taking out is the liability from you guys, and we're gonna be paying the taxes.
Put it on the tax payroll.
So I think some of the discussion surrounds the fact that there is value because you're gonna use it as a parking lot, and the city council certainly can't make a habit of giving away property, even if it's for $1, although it sounds like we're gonna be voting on that. So we have a responsibility to everyone else in the community, even the people that are members of your organization, to make sure that we're also doing what's best for the city as a whole. So we want to help you, and we're really appreciative of all of the effort and the time and the resources that you've allocated to the property. But we also can't set a precedent of, or I would recommend not set a precedent of giving away property or selling it for $1. So I think that maybe we can come to a compromise.
Didn't we give the Carnegie Museum to the Park District for $1?
That I don't know. But I do know that there was a restaurant, there was a proposal when there was a different committee up here about giving away the property for $1, and we decided against that because I think we were afraid of setting that precedent, and we said, hey, listen, we have to get some money back into the city. So you made a motion in a second.
Right.
Kelly, your counsel, tell me if.
You can vote on the motion.
Okay, so I guess,
Can
go
I
ahead.
make a suggestion that we deduct what you have paid for the repavement of the property? I don't know if it's 2,000, half, or whatever, but I know that you came to the council expecting or knowing that the cost was $4,000 some odd dollars.
Right.
So I would like to maybe, I know you've maintained it, you blacktopped it,
For 20?
taken away, huh? It
May I
hasn't been
say
paid that
something?
long.
What happens if you don't get it? What happens if we retain ownership of that?
Then we're not gonna take care of it,
There you go.
because it's still gonna be yours, and we're spending the money on take care of it.
So then the city would have to go over
And
there
then
and
if something
blacktop
happens,
it.
the city is gonna be liable, so we're not gonna maintain it.
So the city would have to go over and blacktop it, seal coat it,
Right.
snow removal.
And the city gave you permission to do that?
No. One of the things is, okay, I only been president for 4 years. I didn't even know that belonged to you guys till about probably 6 months ago that we were looking. There's another lot around there that we were looking at. Then we find out the part of our parking, it belonged to you guys too.
How did they give permission to blacktop it?
I think we should just give it to them.
Yes. Were you ever granted a license for this property to use the property to blacktop it, to take care of it?
Or permit?
No.
No.
Actually, we didn't realize it was an easement.
Like I said, I didn't even know. I only been president for 4 years, and I found out when
You were taking care of it because you thought it was your property, not
well,
because you were
not
doing
me,
some
it
kindness
was
for the
whoever
city.
was president before.
Okay.
I only been president 4 years. So we were gonna blacktop again, so then we find out the part, it belonged to you guys. So we're trying to get it because then that way we can take care of it. You won't be liable for whatever happened there, and we're gonna pay taxes on that.
On the payroll.
Mr. Chairman, you've got
So we have
a
a
motion to amend for $1 that was, there's a second for that, so there should be a vote on that, unless the alderman who made the motion wants to withdraw it, but that's where we are
Can I ask
procedurally.
one more question? Aren't they a nonprofit organization?
Yes.
So do they pay property taxes in a while?
Do we pay?
Yes.
I believe that they do. I'll double check right now
Okay.
what's on
I
here.
just,
But they're saying that they do.
I assumed nonprofits don't pay property tax.
I believe
Yes,
it
we
depends
do.
on which
Yeah.
IRS classification. they
Yes, we do.
Okay, so maybe we can move it along. We'll vote on the motion to amend for $1, Keith, unless you want to withdraw it and recommend a different amount.
No.
I'm sorry? Do you want to vote on the motion to amend?
Please, yes.
Okay. Roll call, please. And just so we're clear, Kelly, maybe you can tell us exactly what we're voting on.
Yes, so the motion you're voting on is a motion to amend the current ordinance as written to sell for $1.
Alderman Florian,
No.
Alderman Donenworth,
Aye.
Alderman Turner,
Aye.
Alderman Newsome,
Nay.
Alderman Hayes.
Nay. I am up for proposing another dollar amount, or I'm open to hearing other, I think it'd be nice to try to get it resolved tonight, if we can do that, rather than asking him to come back. Clearly, you took care of it. You knew it wasn't your property, but you still took care of it. There's probably some value there. I don't want to make it sound arbitrary, but if we maybe reduced it by half, given the fact that they allocated resources to it, which gets us somewhere in the neighborhood of 2258, maybe that's a fair compromise. So if
Let's see.
They do pay taxes on the building.
How about $1,000?
so, then I'd make a motion to reduce the proposed price from $4,517.30 to 50% of that amount. Or I'm open to other amounts.
50% is $2,258.65.
Is there a second?
Can we hold this over?
I'll second it.
There's a first and a second on the motion to amend for $2,258.65. So unless there's discussion, there can be a vote on that amendment.
Yeah.
Can we hold this over?
There's already a first and a second.
Mr. Chairman, may I answer Alderman Turner's previous question about the Carnegie?
Please.
That was sold for $1, but the reason that was is because the Park District is another taxing entity. It's another unit of government, and so it would be the same taxpayers paying the taxpayers. And that was the reason for doing that for $1.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you, Director. Okay, so we have a first and a second, so another roll call to vote on the amendment.
Alderman Florian,
Aye.
Alderman Donenworth,
Aye.
Alderman Turner,
No.
Alderman Newsome,
Aye.
Alderman Hayes.
Aye. So I want to make sure I'm getting this right, Council. So we have voted to amend, and now we need to vote on the amendment?
Yes.
Okay.
The ordinance as amended.
The ordinance as amended.
So
thank
the
you.
ordinance now should read, the sale of the property is $2,258.65. And I don't know what price per square foot that is because my math isn't that good.
Probably half of the $1.60.
And you said it was 2258.65? Okay, so should I read it as amended and then we vote on it? Is that, okay, thank you. Okay, so agenda item D as amended is an ordinance approving the V-2-23, the vacation of the Hazel Street right-of-way south of Prospect Drive, Court Place, west of Sheridan Road, for the amended price of $2,258.65. Roll call, please. Oh, I need a first and a second?
So
First.
moved. Second.
Okay.
Alderman Florian,
Aye.
Alderman Donenworth,
Aye.
Alderman Turner.
Sounds like another case of the government versus the people, us versus them. And not being business friendly. Can't be business friendly if we're not business friendly. I'm gonna vote no.
Alderman Newsom,
Aye.
Chairman Hayes.
Aye. Agenda item E is an ordinance approving zoning calendar number 2726. a
Thank
map-
you.
Okay.
Thank you.
Oh, thank you, gentlemen, I'm sorry. We appreciate you being here. Agenda item E under new business is an ordinance approving zoning calendar number 2726. It's a map amendment to rezone 0 North Macquarie 08-17-100-005 from R4 1 and 2 family residences to R6 general residence. Can I have a first and a second for item E?
So
So
moved.
moved.
First was Alderwoman Newsom, second is Alderwoman Florian. Are there any questions?
Mr. Chairman, might I add that the next agenda item is also for the same project?
Okay. Would you
Thank
like to
you.
take them both at the,
Separate motions because they're separate ordinances, but
Okay.
just if there are questions,
okay,
if we can only have the petitioner come up once, that would probably be more convenient.
sounds good. Are there any questions?
Is the petitioners here?
Yes, okay,
Oh,
come on
okay.
up.
I know, thank you. She can state her name and everything. Okay.
Mr. Chairman, there is a presentation that's up on the screens.
I understand the Housing Authority is going to be taking this property. They'll be working, the little homes that are next to the south, are those part of the, are they part of the housing?
They are not part of the Housing Authority, they're owned separately.
Okay.
Sarah, would you introduce yourself and maybe talk about the project?
Yeah, of course. Hi, everyone. My name's Sarah Beck. I'm with Bear Development. I'm the project manager for the Ravine Terrace redevelopment. Bear Development has been working with the Waukegan Housing Authority since 2018 to redevelop their entire portfolio. We've been their partner on both Barwell and Armory Terrace apartments, which is directly adjacent to this parcel to the north.
Mhm.
So I don't know if are you clicking the button?
I am not.
Clicking the button? Okay, I'll give you a finger wag. So you can go to the next slide.
Give them 1 second. Thanks.
All right, so just a little bit about this. This parcel, what's coming before you is 28 units of new construction, but this is a larger part of the Ravine Terrace redevelopment. Just a little bit about this. This is utilizing the RAD program, so that takes public housing from the Section 9 platform to a Section 8 platform, which allows you to take out debt on the property, use private sources of financing to do a large-scale remodel, which is really not capable of happening under the Section 9 program because you cannot leverage debt based on the rents of a public housing development. So in addition to that RAD program, we are applying for low-income housing tax credits, which allow us to do a very large-scale redevelopment of both the Ravine Terrace Tower that's at 200 South MLK, as well as this new construction component. So here's the existing building. It was built in 1966, and it has a preference for seniors and persons with disabilities. There are 98 units there right now. 42 of those are one bedroom and 56 are studios. The studios are very small. They're about 350 square feet. So our intent here is to combine 2 studios to make a 1 bedroom throughout the entire property. So you take those 56 down to 28. Under the RAD program, one of the key elements is maintaining the number of affordable units.
So that's what this new construction piece is. Those 28 units that are being displaced from this site would be new construction on the Mickery site. Macquarie, I'm sorry. I've been saying that wrong for like 5 years. You get it stuck in your head one way. So here's the parcel. As I mentioned, it's south of the Armory Terrace redevelopment that we have under renovation currently. It's adjacent to the bus stop with access to the 561 and 566 bus lines, and directly to the east is Clearview Park, which has walking paths and fitness trail equipment. And also as part of the Armory Terrace redevelopment, a new construction of the WHA offices will be right there, so they'll have quick access to anybody they would need at the Housing Authority at this new development. Okay. Here is the site plan. As I mentioned, it will be 28 one-bedroom units. Right now, there's that preference for seniors and those with disabilities. That preference will remain in place. What we're requesting tonight is the map amendment from R4, which allows for 1 and 2 family residences, up to R6. Under R6, this would be an allowed use, and we're developing within kind of the lot sizes setbacks required of that code. The only variance request we're asking for is for parking. Right now, Waukegan's code has 2 parking stalls per residential unit, whether it's family or senior. We're requesting 1.2 stalls per unit. This is what we do at both our affordable and market rate developments for seniors, is about 1.2. And just for reference, right now, for the 98 units, there are only 28 parking spots. Those would remain at the property, and this would be additional parking. Just to make you aware, there's one issue that we're working through. You can see where the wetland is delineated on this site. The Lake County WDO requires a 40-foot buffer. We're working with the City of Waukegan Engineering Department to get a letter of no impact. We are staying within their kind of lots of rules around what that buffer entails, but we're working closely with them to try to get a no impact letter. The wetland is a low quality inland wetland, and the City of Waukegan and Lake County have jurisdiction over that. And this is just an example of what the new construction units will look like. These are actual properties that we have developed. Let me pull up my notes on here real quick. It'll come with a full suite of appliances, central air, which is not in the building right now, central systems, and a lot of common area amenities. If you want to go to the next slide. The common amenities include an outdoor patio, a community room with a kitchen, something like you see there, a package room for residents, on-site management and leasing office, bulk storage for residents, and a fitness center. So that's just kind of an overview of why we're in front of you tonight, and I'm happy to answer any questions that you have.
So you mentioned that the current building is for seniors and disabled persons. Is that going to be the case for this also?
That's correct.
Okay. And then you talked about how it's close to the park, which is great, but I didn't see a path to get from the building to the park.
We don't have the property, we don't own the property that is in between our property and the park. So they would have to take the sidewalk around through the road on Chapel Hill. We don't own that piece to the behind to do that. There's also the wetland back there.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Any other questions?
This is a great thing, by the way. Thank you
I'm
for doing this.
Really excited for this one. I think the new construction element is really a fantastic way that both properties are very improved.
Hey, what is the Section 9 program? I never heard of it.
That is public housing.
Pardon me?
Public housing is the Section 9 program. So under that, it's what the Housing Authority owns, and they receive capital and operating funds instead of having a set rent.
Okay.
Whereas on the Section 8 platform, you have set rents in a contract from HUD, which is why you can take out the debt and equity that you need to do a major renovation.
Got it. Thank you very much.
Of course.
Okay. Thank you for your presentation. We appreciate it. Okay, roll call please on item agenda E.
Alderman Florian.
Aye.
Alderman Donenworth.
Aye.
Alderman Turner.
Aye.
Alderman Newsome.
Aye.
Chairman Hayes.
Aye. Item agenda F under new business is a motion to adopt an ordinance approving zoning calendar number 2727. It's a variance from parking requirements of 2 spaces per unit to 1.2 spaces per unit at 0 North Macquarie. We just heard a little bit of explanation about the reasoning behind this request. Can we get a first and a second?
First.
Second.
Thank you very much. Are there any questions? No? Okay, roll call, please.
Alderman Florian,
Aye.
Alderman Donenworth,
Aye.
Alderman Turner,
I don't think we should be stipulating minimum parking requirements on private property, so I'm gonna vote no.
Alderman Newsome,
Aye.
Chairman Hayes.
Aye. Thank you. Item agenda G, under new business is a motion to adopt an ordinance approving zoning calendar number 2728. Its variances from the minimum lot size, landscape buffer, and landscape island requirements, and zoning calendar number 2729, a conditional use permit for motor vehicle sales at 2503 Washington Street. This is the petitioner here on this particular agenda item? Yes? Okay. Can I get a first and a second?
I'll first, but I got some questions about
Certainly.
this.
Okay. A second? I'll give you a second just so we can get some of Alderwoman Newsome's questions answered. If you could just state your name and introduce yourself.
My name is Adnan Meshkic, and I own the business and property there.
Okay. Forgive me, but if you could just talk up a little bit, that'd be great.
Okay, sorry about that.
Okay. Alderwoman Newsome.
You said that you own the property?
Correct.
And right now, it's being used to repair vehicles?
Correct.
And what you want to do is
Sell motor vehicles.
sell vehicles on that property, and you will be, I believe I read that you will be repairing the vehicles and then selling them?
Yes, yes. So when we acquire the vehicles, we do an inspection on them, and through our facilities there, we got 4 lifts currently. We do have in the plans to expand the building down the road to add more bays to be able to fix cars, and then put them on display there and sell the repair cars that we get.
Is there enough room to expand?
Yeah, in the back, yes.
Back going south?
Yes, behind the building, to make it, right now the building is shaped like an L, to make it shaped like a rectangle.
How many vehicles do you propose acquiring and selling at any one time?
There is space for 24 parking spots on the lot. So a mix between display vehicles for sale and customer parking. Yeah. And the building itself, I can hold inside the building and in the back probably another around 10 to 15 cars, depending on the size.
Okay.
Yeah.
I myself would like to come out and take a look and do a visual of this property, because I have so many in my ward now that we put conditions on, and then they go outside of the conditions, and it's just like a parking lot now. So I would be reluctant to approve this tonight without seeing.
Okay. I've gone through one of these, but not in Waukegan. I've gone through in Beach Park, and I haven't had any issues with Beach Park.
You have one in Beach Park?
Yeah, I went through conditional use in Beach Park from about 2017 to about 2018. Took about 2.5 or so years to go through the zoning process. I did new blacktop there, did new landscaping, planted shrubs, new signage, and all that. And I haven't had any issues with that city. The reason I'm trying to convert this into a dealership is I'm trying to move that business, moving that business from Beach Park to Waukegan.
What is the address in Beach Park?
It is 37937 North Sheridan Road in Beach Park, Illinois.
37937?
37937 North Sheridan Road, yeah, in Beach
North
Park,
Sheridan.
Illinois.
Okay.
So is that a motion to hold it over? Oh, sorry.
I would.
Can I ask?
Go ahead. Go ahead.
So You're asking to do this on one of our main thoroughfares, which is an issue to me. That's a main road. I mean, I just drove by there on my way down here from work today. You're asking us to give you quite a few variances from the lot size, the landscape, the buffer, you know, and a conditional use. That's a lot of asks for such a small parcel. I agree with Alderman Newsom, and it is one of my pet peeves, along with her, I believe, that we have these auto repair businesses all through town. They park gazillions of cars in a very small area. When I drove by today, you had cars down the middle. Then there was a car parked not in a parking space. That was parked behind the cars that were parked parallel to the road. So already you're not even selling cars yet. And you had a pretty full lot today. And you just said, when you were speaking, you said sell more cars. So you're already selling cars from this lot?
No.
So you misspoke when you said that?
Correct, if I misspoke, I apologize.
Okay.
There's no
Because
license.
you are not licensed to sell cars
there's
currently?
There's no license from Springfield
Okay,
either
well.
to sell vehicles.
So you're gonna repair them in Waukegan and then sell them in Beach Park as well as sell them in Waukegan?
No, just Waukegan.
So right now someone comes in with a broken car, you fix it and it goes away?
Yeah.
How come there were so many cars parked in your lot today?
A lot of business.
What was that?
How come there were so many cars parked in your lot today?
I'm fixing my dad's cars. He has a dealership in Zion.
Oh, so you fix them and sell them in Zion?
For my dad, yeah, for his.
So the sales tax goes to Zion when you fix a car in Waukegan?
He has a dealership in Zion, and it's only a single building. There's no repair facilities there. So I'm used the facility in Waukegan to fix cars and get them ready for his cars.
So how are you going to decide which cars you sell in Waukegan and which ones you sell in Zion?
It depends on which account they're bought. So if from the auction, if they're bought on my father's account, then they go to his dealership. If they're bought on Midtown Motors, then they will stay there. That's the differentiation. But currently, there's no dealership license from Secretary of State Springfield to sell vehicles there. There's just a license from Waukegan to repair as a repair facility.
So your father owns a business in Zion?
Correct.
And you own a business in Waukegan?
Correct.
And you contract to fix your father's business's cars so that your father can sell them in Zion?
Correct.
All right. And now you want to have your own dealership?
Correct.
On this lot?
Correct.
Thank you.
Yeah. I had a dealership from 2018 to June of this year in Beach Park, and the property was sold to another person, so we had to move out of that business.
So you're going to move your business from Beach Park to Waukegan?
Yes, I'm hoping to get the approval to then transfer the license to Waukegan from Secretary of State.
A new business in Waukegan. It's a new business that's coming to Waukegan. I mean, it already exists.
Currently there.
Yeah, it already exists, but it'll be new in Waukegan.
Correct, for auto sales, hopefully after, if I get approval.
Okay.
Yes.
All right, thank you.
Sorry.
Alderman Newsom, was that a motion to hold it over?
I would like to until the October 3rd meeting. That would be the next community development meeting.
Okay, is there a second to hold it over?
I'll second that.
Okay. Roll call, please.
If you have to wait another month, how would that impact your timeline?
I'd have to give up the current license from Beach Park to Springfield.
So you'll be out of business until you...
Correct, yeah.
You said it took you 2.5 years to get through the process in Beach Park?
Yeah.
And how long have you been working with Waukegan?
Maybe like 6 months.
Well, we're doing pretty darn good, I'd say.
Yeah.
Since the very first time you came in,
Correct.
maybe 6
Yeah,
months,
yeah.
yes.
No,
we're 3 times faster than they are.
The issue with the other one, don't want to cause any issue, is that the previous owners, they had a conditional use and they didn't follow the conditional use. So the village had an issue with another conditional use coming in, but when I came in, I basically promised them and delivered with new blacktop, new landscaping, new planting of trees, and I never had an issue with them. They always extended my conditional use every year until the property was sold to somebody else. And now they're going through conditional use. So I can guarantee that if I do get this, that the cars will be in a proper parking stalls in the parking lot, and we will reconfigure how the cars will be displayed. Instead of being displayed how they are now, they will be displayed along
Yeah,
Washington
I saw the
Street.
pictures.
Yeah, yeah,
And you're gonna follow our sign ordinance?
yes. Yeah.
We're not gonna put those flappy used
No, no,
car
no,
signs
no.
out there
No.
in the wind?
I never had any of those in Beach Park. I won't have them there in Waukegan.
For our property, conditional use, how many cars was it? 25?
I have a space for 24.
24?
That's a mix between display and customer parking. And I have, like I said, behind the shop, I have a fenced-in area. I can probably fit 6 cars back there, and I can fit another maybe 8 to 10 inside the building on lifts and in storage, depending on the size.
I want to work with you,
I appreciate that. Thank you so much.
but it's
No,
difficult when you see so many that I especially have in my ward,
Mhm.
and it's been difficult to get compliance out of the owners. You know, they say that, okay, we're gonna, or they will clean it up for a minute, and then they'll go back to the usual parking on the street and you
On the
know,
grass.
Yeah, no, I've
so
never done
many
that.
cars
Yeah.
that you can't even move them. You have to move 100 cars before you could get one out, and it's just,
When you-
and like Alderman Florian said, it's on the main streets.
Yeah.
You know,
When you guys issue conditional use, is it, do I have to come back every year, or is it permanent, or how does that work?
As long as you're compliant
Uh-huh.
and you're properly licensed and stay in compliance with all of the conditions, including all of the city codes, then it just renews every year with your business license renewal.
Can I have a stipulation that after the first year, you can reevaluate and take it away?
We have that as one of the conditions that we can
Okay.
reevaluate at any point
We're
in
one step
time.
ahead of you.
Okay, I'd be open to that. That way, you know, you keep me honest, you know, which I will be.
well, I'll pull the holdover then.
Well, it's your prerogative, so that sounds good. I think we need to vote on it though, right?
Mr. Chairman, I'm not on this committee, but this is my ward, okay? My suggestion on this, I haven't went to speak to the owner or anything like that. It's on the second ward. I feel that it's just, too many dealerships as it is. And then it is the issues with Alderman Flooring, Alderman Newsom, what's going on with too many cars. And it's right next to a mental hospital. I need to go take a look at it, but I really don't like the idea. So I'd be happy if it holds over.
Okay, it sounds like we're gonna vote on whether to hold it over. The broader discussion can certainly take place. Thank you for weighing in, if it goes to, or when it goes to city council. But in the meantime, I think we're gonna vote on Alderman Newsom's motion to hold it over.
So the property before I bought it used to be a box truck rental, and they did repairs.
Right,
So,
right there.
yeah,
repairs there.
so in box truck rentals and repair, being able to sell nicer cars, you know, no rust, not fixing, I think it would be a much better use for that property, you know?
I mean, you might be able to argue that cars for sale look a lot better than cars that are being repaired. And if it's
Right.
already a car repair station or operation, it might actually improve the aesthetic of the property. But nonetheless, it sounds like we're gonna.
Right, with respect to the alderman of the ward, he wants to take a look at the property as well, so I'll hold over until the October 2nd, was that October 2nd meeting? And then that way, he'll have a chance to come over, take a look. I myself would like to take a look as well, and check out the property up in Beach Park.
Okay.
Can I ask just a quick question procedurally? If we voted on it tonight, it still has to go to city council in 2 weeks, right? And then,
In 2 weeks.
and
No.
within those 2 weeks,
No, You're voting to hold it in committee.
Oh, right. But if we didn't vote on that,
If the motion failed, for instance,
Yep.
it would still go forward to council with a negative recommendation.
sure, but it would go forward to council in 2 weeks
Yes.
at the next meeting. So within those 2 weeks, there might be adequate time to go out and check it out. And perhaps we could vote on it tonight, take the 2 weeks to go look at it, and then it can come back for, obviously, the final vote at city council.
Well, if we did to, I take away the holdover and we vote to approve it tonight, it doesn't go to the council for 2 weeks anyway. Is that where, it won't go to the full council until 2 weeks?
It would go on to the next, is there be a committee meeting in 2 weeks?
18.
There's a special community development committee meeting. So at that time, it wouldn't necessarily have to go to council. It could stay in committee too.
So it would be on that,
It could go to council that night.
So if you wanted to hold it in committee, you could hold it to the special meeting on September 18th. So it would be a 2-week holdover, but in committee. And then
If you, regardless of whether it passed or failed, it would go on to city council meeting in 2 weeks.
2 weeks.
So I guess my recommendation, and it's not to step on your toes, Alderman Newsom, I'll follow your lead on this, but I think that if you just want to go out and see it and maybe have an additional meeting, maybe if that could be accomplished in 2 weeks, then we're not delaying the timeline.
Right,
If-
right. 2 weeks, Alderman?
I'm fine with that.
Okay, can you
Okay.
make accommodations to give some of the alderpersons a tour of the property or answer any questions within the next 2 weeks?
Of course, of course.
Okay.
Okay. All right, I'll remove the holdover and we
Okay.
can just vote. No, we can vote.
Yeah, okay.
And then it'll go to the next meeting anyway.
to council.
It's actually Ward 9, Alderman Guzman. I looked on the map.
I think after it got,
Okay, roll
But
call, please.
anyway, we all need to be on the same page, so
Yes.
it doesn't matter.
Roll call. Okay.
I'm sorry, did you say my name?
No, I just wanted to make sure that I have the motion and second right,
Oh.
since it's now not it is the original vote, it's not the holdover.
Right.
So that was motion by Alderman Newsom, second by Alderman Hayes.
It was, yes.
Okay, so we're standing with that. Okay, thank you. Alderman Florian,
So we're voting on the original motion.
the original motion.
I'm going to say no.
Alderman Donenworth,
Aye.
Alderman Turner,
Aye.
Alderman Newsom.
Aye.
Chairman Hayes.
Aye.
Thank you so much.
Thank you for being here.
Thank you, thank you.
Okay, agenda item, we on to H, is a motion to adopt an ordinance increasing the number of Class E restaurant liquor licenses by one, I'm gonna get this wrong, La Haiba LLC at 120 North Genesee Street.
I'll make the motion.
I didn't quite get that. Is that your motion?
Yes.
Okay, we got a first from Alderman Turner, a second.
Second.
Alderman Donenworth. Is anybody here? Okay, come on up. If you could introduce yourself for us.
Hello, my name is Daniel Orduno. I'm the manager for the La Haiba restaurant.
So I said it correctly, huh?
Yeah.
Oh, outstanding. Okay. Any questions? Okay, we don't have any questions for you, but thank you for being here.
Thanks.
Roll call, please.
Alderman Florian,
Aye.
Alderman Donenworth,
Aye.
Alderman Turner,
Aye.
Alderman Newsom,
Nay.
Chairman Hayes.
Aye. Number 6 is reports, communications, and information. There being none, can I have a motion and a second to adjourn at
So moved.
6:04? Okay, first from Alderwoman Florian, second from Alderwoman Newsom. We are adjourned at 6:04. Thank you.
Do you have to vote?
Oh, wait, do we need a? First, no, we got a
Did
first and a
that.
second. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
All right. Any opposed?